Hey folks, Vic here for thepracticalprepper.com. Welcome to another video here from the homestead in Reno, Nevada. Been a while since I brought anything to you on the swales. I thought I'd give you an update, give you a view of what's going on currently. It's beginning of June and I've just got the watering set up, so we're now watering 3 times a week, about 30 minutes per session, all 4 zones. And that seems to be doing fairly well right now. We're in a hot spell, which is unusual. Generally right now we might hit about 80, 82 degrees, and today's going to be 95. And it's kind of a similar thing all over California. Sacramento is going to be 105, and I think Vegas is 109 today, along with Arizona about 109. So it's a whole West Coast heat. But you can kind of see what's going on in front of me. I had some fruit trees fail, so I have replaced those with some that I think will do a lot better. We have a lot of mustard that's come up that we didn't plant. It was just once we finished last year, we did all the chop and drop, and we've had some others. We've got some pea coming back in that, again, we didn't sow it. It's just naturally there. So we have a lot of that coming in. A lot of the other trees and the support stuff are doing fine. Doing some bush clover, and I'm really having a difficulty with some bush clover. So I don't know what's up there, but I'm working on that one. For any use, a cherry tree, it's a late bloomer, so it should come back in just about any time. I've added some other support trees, so I came back and I got some more black locust just because I want a fast growing overstory, and I've replaced some of those, and you can see them up to the right here. They're fully leaved and doing extremely well. I got a little bit healthier trees when I put them back in than last time. The other ones were I think they were a little anemic. You can kind of see the same thing down on the main swale. It's doing really well. I had 2 nectarines, I lost both of those. And I think the plants the trees were a little bit young, and I just don't think for some reason they didn't take in the area they did. But I'm gonna kind of watch some of those. I had some that were sick that I moved back up to our garden animal area and put them in gallon or 5-gallon pots, and I'm nursing some of those back, and they're coming back up. So hopefully we'll replant some of those. So the irrigation has pretty much stayed as it was. Lost a solenoid valve on one of them, figured out what that was and got that repaired. So all that's working fine. Nothing else major. The rock work that we did for heavier rains, when we really get an event in here into this Media Luna, we're going to finish that, and I'll show you that on a video. I've got the rock's going to come in this week. I think I'm ordering another 20 yards, and I may just get 30 yards just because it's a trip from where it comes from. It cost me $300 in trip fees just to get it here, so I might as well have him pull another trailer. And since they can pull triples here, I have him pull 3. So we're going to get that finished up. Neil with RT Permaculture here has got some interns he's working with and some of his stuff. And we're kind of trading off, and he's going to come in here with them week from Tuesday, I think the 17th. And they want to come in and actually rebuild it and finish all this out. So it'll be nice to have that done. And in fact, let me cut here for just a second. I'm going to relocate the camera, and I'll kind of show you the Media Luna because it's interesting how much grass has come up. So hang on, we'll be right back. Okay, back with you real quick. This in front of here is the Media Luna. It runs up to about the left here, as you see. It swings around, looks like a big old smile. But we just ran short of the 6 to 12 rock, so we didn't get that little center portion done. But you can see some of the grass that I'd thrown in there came up. You can see the amount of grass that actually came up. We seeded underneath this. Once we roughed it up, we seeded it, and then we rocked it in. You can see how much grass has come in. The idea is over time, this Media Luna, this feature, will actually grass over and will not be a prominent. The grass will be prominent. So it'll be interesting to see, but we had to stop right up there at the top where the road goes, and it's going to run down a little farther to another bowl, and then come down that side and dump into the level spillway over there on the end of the main swale, the north end. So it'll come into there, and then it will sheet flow and spill over. So hopefully that takes significant rain events and moves them around. The other thing I think we're going to do is add some more rock in an area here where in a big event this may push a little more water, and I want to protect this corner of this main swale. So it's another project coming up. But real quick, let me pull the camera off, and I'll kind of walk down one of the swales here, and you can kind of get a better idea. We'll just walk down the toe swale, and you can kind of see what's going on. So hang on, let me get the camera off the tripod. Okay, so we're here on the toe swale. So you can see some of the trees are doing really well. This is a transplant that I put in. It's doing fine. And I believe, let me see what the tag says. I threw so many new ones in here. Yeah, that's a Crimson Star Goji, actually. The Goji's actually doing okay. Can I get an idea? They were fairly small to begin with, so they're doing okay. Got a bunch of other trees in here. Now, this one I was a little worried about. This is a jujube. It's a Lee, but you can see nice new growth. It looked like it almost died, but I made sure I've got it on an emitter. It's doing well. I moved up the water flow for it a little bit because it's young. So let me move down here. Here's the other one. This is another jujube. This is a Lee. You can see that it looks like it died in here. It's coming back. So let me get a better shot of that. I'm not watching my viewfinder as much as I should. So coming down, this is an apple right here, doing well. And then this is something we're doing this year. It actually worked out okay last year. This is a, that is a zucchini. That's tossed in the swale. Never mind that really bad thistle there I got to cut out. This is a racer pumpkin. We had great pumpkin success in here last year, and doing well. This is raspberry Nova Red. I put that one in this year, and it's coming up with some new growth right away. We let's see, I threw a couple more in. Here's another racer pumpkin that we threw in. That was kind of fun. And I think they'll do well. The nice thing is that they can just drape down into the bottom. Once the pumpkin forms, we'll get some wood under them to protect them. I also have, these are onions. And I threw onion sets in here. And we're just going to kind of see how they do. It's just, we threw them in and going to see how they work. So this is a level spillway here. Now, these guys were really getting nailed by the deer, and now with the fence done, they're doing quite well. And these are autumn olives. They're definitely starting to come to their own. They are two plants that are above my first level sill here. This is a late season peach. It's a Reliance. And I'm a little troubled, but no, I'm not. This is another one. I put two of them in. And this one has some green on it. So I put them in, and these are late season. These should actually start blooming here in another few weeks. But they're starting to get some growth now, so that's fine. And this is something I wanted to do, and I finally got to do it this year. And this is elderberry. I put them in, they looked like they were dead. They're coming back, so they definitely had some shock. Afraid this guy's gone. This was a plum, and it just didn't take. But one just like this on the main swale is doing fine. So, you know, it may be location, could have been just the tree. So again, here's some more berry. I think that one is a blackberry there. And another apple, doing just fine. I've got more things interspersed here, And then of course you can see the mustards doing well. There's a lot of other species that are starting to come back in and doing really well. And we didn't plant this. All we did was chop and drop, and it's starting to come back in on its own. This one is buffalo berry, and I tried that this year and it's doing extremely well on the swale. Let's climb out of here. You can see the flowers down at the end here. This is, and we didn't plant these. These were ones we did originally. When we originally did the swale, we put flower seed in here and they just come back. And it's absolutely nice. It's absolutely cool. Something else I'm trying. This is Jerusalem artichoke. There's 1, 2, another one there, 3, 4. I think I've got like 5 or 6 in here doing really well. And this guy right here, oh, that's a bush clover. This is the one bush clover that's doing really well. It's been very tough and spotty. Here's another one here, and this one just looks horrible, but it's a bush clover, same as the one on the end. You can see I've got vetch, I got clover coming back in. Some of these are doing fine, and some they're just not doing. Now you'll probably see all the moths. We have an explosion of moths this year, and they're not detrimental. They don't hurt any of the plants at all. They'll explode, they'll be here, and they'll be gone. So what's here? Oh, it's another indigo bush. Indigo bush is actually looking like it does very well. I have one that I saved that I thought was dead. I put it in the Gardenimal, and it's leafing out just like this guy is. So nice call. And this little guy, I wasn't sure of, but it just took off, and it's doing extremely well. Yeah, and that's the golden currant. Excuse me. And that was local. We got that from our state nursery here in Washoe. Another one, I don't know. This guy's coming back. This one had a little tough time. It's another indigo bush, but these had massive root systems when I put them in. And I used a little really good soil in when I put them back in, and I made a really nice path for the roots, and it looks like it's taking a little bit of time, but it's definitely coming along. So that's the main swale. So I think you kind of get the idea that actually this is a toe swale, but you kind of get the idea that it's really starting to come along. We're getting a lot of other, species that I wasn't sure about. They seem to be taking hold and doing fairly well. So that's kind of your update for the swale, and that's all I really have. Let me give you a little. I'll zoom in and give you a little shot of the main swale. So that's the south end. You can see the fence. That's 6 foot with rabbit bottom. And if I need to, it's fairly easy. Something I had them do on the fence was, if you look at the gate here, you see those posts are 8 feet. So I can tie on those, use T-post extenders, run another wire or 2 on the top, and I can make that an 8-foot fence pretty easily. It was part of my plan, and that was to walk around to tell the county to pound salt and pretty much leave me alone. If I need the fence, I'm going to do it anyway. I don't really care. So that's it. Rusty the Wonder Dog, she's doing really well. She was sick for a couple weeks, but we got her on a little antibiotics. It was a stomach thing, and she's over it. So I'm glad to hear that. Okay, that's it for Reno. That's it for a swale update for now. Might be a little long, but hopefully it gave you some some good information. And until next time, Vic here for the practicalprepper.com. See ya.